So, have you ever stopped to think just how fast AI is reshaping, well, pretty much everything around us? I mean, from how you learn to how you create stuff, even how we work, it really feels like things are moving at warp speed sometimes. Today on the deep dive, we're going beyond just watching. We're digging into the latest news, trying to pull out the really important bits, the surprising facts about what's happening in AI right now. Our mission really is to get a handle on how these changes are hitting education, creative work, and even automating things in big companies. We've been looking at news from the big players OpenAI, Google with NotebookLM, xAI's Grok, Writer, and some interesting research too. Think of this deep dive as your shortcut, to getting up to speed on this fast-moving AI world. So whether you're maybe a student trying to get ahead or a creative looking for new tools or honestly just trying to figure out modern life, we hope this helps you understand what these AI tools really mean for you. Ready to jump in?
Absolutely. Let's do it.
Okay, great. Let's kick things off with learning and research. How is AI changing things there? You know those late nights studying, maybe wishing you had a tutor who just knew where you were struggling and could push you a bit?
Mhm.
Well, OpenAI is rolling out something called Study Mode in ChatGPT. It's for logged-in users, free, plus, pro, team plans.
And E2 subscribers soon. Right.
Exactly. IDEA is coming soon. And the main idea isn't just spitting out answers. It's actually trying to encourage critical thinking. It asks you questions. Sometimes it even holds back the direct answer.
Right. Makes you wrestle with it.
Yeah, it pushes you to really engage with the material.
And it's interesting to remember the context here. When ChatGPT first landed in 2022, schools were, well, pretty nervous. Lots of bans initially.
Oh, yeah, I remember that.
But by 2023, things shifted.
Mm.
Many schools pulled back the bans. Teachers started accepting it was just there,
A reality.
a reality.
Mm.
So study mode feels like OpenAI's way of addressing that evolution. And there was that research paper back in June.
The one about brain activity.
That's the one. It found lower brain activity when people used ChatGPT for essays compared to using Google search or nothing. It really highlights this tension,
Mhm.
AI as a tutor versus its potential impact on our own thinking skills. And Anthropic's Claude did something similar too, their learning mode back in April.
So everyone's grappling with this. But okay, what about the downsides? Like, can't a student just switch to study mode off if they want the answer quickly?
That's definitely a limitation.
And I heard Leah Belsky, OpenAI's VP of Education, confirmed there aren't any admin or parent locks right now. Maybe later, but not yet.
Right. It really does rely on the student wanting to use it properly, being committed.
So it requires some self-discipline.
Exactly. OpenAI sees it as a first step. They've said they'll share more about how students are actually using these AI tools. It's all part of this bigger effort to, thoughtfully weave AI into education.
Mhm.
But yeah, user intent is key.
Okay, sticking with this theme of AI as a learning partner, Google's taking maybe a slightly different angle with NotebookLM, their AI research assistant.
Mm-hmm.
They've got this big new feature rolling out, video overviews.
Ah, yes, I saw that.
So picture this. An AI host narrates slides, pulling visuals, diagrams, quotes, numbers, straight from the documents you feed it.
It's like a visual alternative to the audio overviews they already had.
Exactly. Seems really useful for explaining data or tricky concepts, right?
Definitely. And the customization is pretty impressive. It's not just one size fits all. You can tell it what to focus on, your learning goals, even who it's for.
Like, explain this like I'm 5 versus I'm an expert, just give me the new stuff.
Precisely. You can say, help me understand these diagrams, or focus on the implications of Z. I already know X. It's rolling out in English first, more languages later.
Yeah.
It makes it super flexible.
And it's not just the outputs. They've upgraded the whole studio panel, too.
Big time. That's a major change. Before, you could only make, say, one audio overview per notebook.
Right.
Now, you can create and save multiple outputs of the same type. Multiple videos, multiple mind maps, multiple reports, all in one notebook.
Okay, that unlocks a lot more possibilities.
It really does. Think about it. Audio overviews in different languages for a global team.
Yeah.
Video summaries tailored for marketing versus engineering in the same project notebook.
Or for studying, like chapter-specific mind maps or videos.
Exactly. Different ones for different stages of studying for an exam. And the interface is cleaner, 4 tiles, And you can multitask, listen to audio while looking at a mind map, that kind of thing.
Sounds much more like a proper workspace.
It does. They say the new studio is rolling out to everyone over the next few weeks.
So it's fascinating. Both OpenAI and Google are really pushing their AIs to be more than just information vending machines.
Mm-hmm. Active partners.
Yeah, active partners in learning, helping us understand better, process information in different ways. Which leads to the big question for you listening. How are these tools going to change how you learn and do research?
A really important question to consider.
Okay, let's shift gears. Let's talk about AI getting creative and maybe even becoming companions. XAI's Grok app seems to be moving fast in this direction.
Yeah, they're definitely making waves.
I heard about a new companion, Valentin, a male character, interactive, maybe aimed at female users, possibly getting more adult-oriented as you level up.
That's the rumor, yes.
Yeah.
Character-driven experiences.
Yeah.
But maybe the more significant news for creatives is the Imagine feature.
Right, the one found through reverse engineering. Still on a wait list for most.
That's it. Imagine basically taps into Grok's new image and video generation models.
So you can browse feeds, remix things, or just type a prompt and get visual.
Exactly. And they have this near-instant infinite generation for images.
Infinite generation, what does that mean?
You just keep scrolling and it keeps generating variations endlessly. Apparently a first for this kind of app.
Wow. Okay, and video.
Video generation too. It gives you 4 versions per prompt. And it can add soundtracks, which is pretty advanced, something we'd mostly seen in Google's VO3 before.
And are there many guardrails? Content restrictions?
Seems like fewer restrictions than some other platforms, especially around, let's say, spicy content, which could definitely make it go viral when it launches widely.
And it's all baked into the Grok app, no separate downloads.
All integrated. That seems to be a key part of their strategy.
So what is the strategy here? What's XAI aiming for?
Well, it looks like they're really doubling down on making Grok more than just a chatbot, turning it into a full-blown creative platform, you know?
Competing with Midjourney, Stable Diffusion, Character.ai.
Exactly. Competing with AI art tools and companion AIs, but focusing on speed, flexibility, and keeping it all in one app. It's a clear sign AI is becoming less of an assistant and more of a direct creative partner.
And knowing XAI, they'll probably launch this strategically, maybe around GPT-5, to grab headlines.
That seems highly likely, yeah. Maximize the social media buzz.
So, thinking about this infinite generation, how could that change things for user content online? What does it mean for originality when you can just scroll forever for variations? Big questions for you to ponder.
Definitely changes the creative landscape.
Okay, so we've talked learning, we've talked creativity. Now let's get into the enterprise space. AI that doesn't just suggest, but actually does the work. Writer just announced their action agent. It's in open beta now.
Right, this is a pretty significant development.
It feels like a fundamental shift, doesn't it? From AI telling you what to do to AI just executing it. It understands complex requests, makes a plan, and then uses tools autonomously.
Browsers, terminals, file systems, code interpreters, the whole 9 yards.
So how does it actually work? What's under the hood?
Well, the core architecture is really interesting. Each job it gets runs in its own dedicated, secure, sandboxed Linux environment.
Like its own little temper computer.
Exactly. A real functioning OS instance. And that gives 3 huge advantages. First, security, everything's isolated.
Okay.
Second, it can handle really complex, multi-step jobs because it remembers where it's at, can run things side by side, and keeps going, even if you close the window.
Persistent session.
All right. And third, it uses real tools. It has a big library, can install new software, run code, in pretty much any language, just like a human dev would.
So it's not just simulating tasks, it's genuinely operating within a real environment.
Precisely. And driving it is their latest LLM, Palmyra X5, which has this deep thinking mode. That's what lets it plan and execute, and crucially, self-correct.
How does the planning work?
It breaks down your request into concrete steps, and it actually writes them down in a file, like a todo.md file you can read.
Transparent.
Very. Then it just works through the list, telling you what it's doing. It has this tight loop. Act right or run a script. Observe, see what happened. Refine it, figure out a workaround if there's an error.
So it learns from mistakes on the fly.
Yes, that self-correction is key. It analyzes errors, updates its own plan, and tries again. It doesn't just give up.
And the end result isn't just text, right? It produces actual outputs.
Yeah, final artifacts, dashboards, files, images, even whole websites. You can work with it iteratively.
And the tools it uses, browsing, data analysis, file manipulation, coding.
All of that, natively.
Yeah.
Browsing, filling forms, clicking links, extracting data, crunching numbers, making charts, creating, reading, writing files, writing, testing, debugging, deploying code.
Wow.
And they're adding integrations for over 600 more tools soon, using something called the Model Context Protocol, so it can be interact with lots of other software and services.
Okay, impressive capabilities. But how well does it actually perform? Any benchmarks?
They're touting some strong results. It scored 61% on the GAIA benchmark, which is known for being really tough testing reasoning on complex real-world type problems.
Okay, that's notable.
And it apparently got the top score overall on something called the Computer Use Benchmark across 6 different industries, outperforming competitors like Mano and OAI Deep Research.
So it's not just theoretical power, it can handle practical tasks across different fields.
That's the claim. And they stress it's built for enterprise from the ground up. Multi-layered security, data governance, brand safety controls, ways to verify results, admin oversight with monitoring and audits, role-based access.
Not just a consumer tool bolted onto a business plan.
Exactly. Built specifically for secure, supervised use in companies.
Okay, let's just pause and absorb that. This isn't just another chatbot, it's an autonomous agent.
A big step.
The whole interaction model shifts, doesn't it? AI genuinely doing work in real complex environments. It feels like a significant move towards, well, maybe AGI specifically for enterprise tasks.
It certainly points in that direction.
Which brings us back to you, the listener. If AI can autonomously execute complex tasks in real computing environments, what kind of work is left for you? It's a profound question.
A very profound question indeed.
So wrapping things up today, we've covered a lot of ground. AI changing how we learn, adaptive tutors, personalized research assistants.
Making learning more active.
Then expanding creativity, that wild infinite generation concept.
Pushing the boundaries of content creation.
And finally, revolutionizing work itself with these autonomous agents like Writer's Action Agent, actually doing the tasks in the enterprise.
Taking AI from suggestion to execution.
So as we look across all these developments, study mode, pushing for critical thinking, action agent fixing its own mistakes, you see this pattern, right?
Yeah, a new relationship forming.
A new relationship between us and AI, where AI is becoming this active, adaptable partner in almost everything we do.
Learning, creating, working.
Yeah.
It's across the board.
So the final thought to leave you with is, what does this evolving partnership truly mean for your future skills? For the nature of your work, your creativity? Especially when AI itself is learning how to learn, how to create, and how to do, all by itself.
It's definitely something we'll all need to navigate in the coming years. A lot to think about.